Hi everyone, it's Ashley. So much for clicking on my video. Today I'm going to be making over a sign. This little frame I got at the Dollar Tree. I'm sure everyone has seen it. It's honestly such a great buy. I have like 3 of them and I switch them out all the time. I love them for that. Just come in this, white frame with the natural bead wood, which I love. But what's really nice is on the back, it opens like a picture frame. And this is what was originally in it, and that's the saying. But all I do is cut a piece of cardstock. This is 80-pound cardstock. I just cut that down to 5 by 5, and then you can slide that right in and close it up like a frame. And then you have a perfect blank for a beautiful design. So very quickly, I'm gonna set that to the side. Let's go ahead and jump into Design Space and I'll show you what I'm thinking. So jumping in here to Design Space, I'm going to go to Images. I already have it selected by bookmark, so these are just things that I have saved, that I have a project in mind for. So I'm going to scroll down, and this is the sign here that I want to make for my craft room. So I'm just going to click it, hit Add to Canvas, and that will bring it in. Obviously, it's super, super big now, so I will just right off the bat go ahead and size this down to about 5, and that'll give us a place to start. So I'm going to go over to Shapes, click a square, and I will make this 5 by 5 because that is the size of our frame. So I know that this is how much room I have to work with, right? So now I will bring this to the front, and then I'll bring this in and I'm going to size it. So I'm going to try to unlock it and see if I can't stretch this out a little bit to where I can get it to fit in my frame just a little bit better. So you got to be careful. You don't want to do it too much to where you distort it, but I want it to just fit my frame a little better, and I think that looks great. So I'm going to delete the square because we only needed that for reference. And then I know that I have a pink, a blue, and then this is a purple. So these are the 3 colors that I chose to bring in. I have like a mint, a light pink, and then a light blue. So I'm just going to get these mats loaded. I'm not going to size anything. I'm not going to mirror anything. I'm simply going to load my mat with the color that I want and get these cut out. So now we have our 3 pieces all cut out and ready to weed. So since they are a little on the small side, I'm just gonna very quickly take my scraper and burnish the back just to kind of lay down the vinyl, make sure it's in its place. Everything's where it needs to be. And then I will just begin to weed. And I have had this saved for a while, and I have been meaning to get this sign changed out, and I've been meaning to get this and another couple designs put onto some things that have been on my heart to make. I've been a little busy, but I am here now. we have everything all weeded out. And bringing in my roll of transfer tape here that I love. My transfer tape to fit my biggest piece, so that way I can cut it down and use it for all 3 pieces, which will not be a problem at all. We are laying this down onto paper. So normally I would recommend a paper transfer tape because sometimes transfer tape can be a little harsh and you tear your paper. Because I have to line this up, I always will reach for my grid line transfer paper first. I will just very gently lay this down on our word, burnish it front and back. And starting with my largest word, I will move these out of the way and I will bring in our blank. So now cutting this down as close to my design as I can, just so I can get this placed really, really nicely. It's a little hard for you guys to see, I'm sure, but I'm just cutting around my design. And now I have all these little pieces here. Let me pick these up really quickly because they will drive me nuts. Now taking my Grace, and I know just from remembering the design, I kind of know how this is gonna go. So I'm just gonna get that Grace laid down. And you could absolutely do this on the paper and then put the paper into the frame. I prefer to do it into the frame. That way I can just make sure it's centered within my frame. You know, because sometimes the paper lays a little differently once you actually like put it into the frame. So I just like to make sure that it's centered within the frame, but you can do that however you like. So that looks like it might be a little crooked, but honestly, I think it looks fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. And not a big deal for me. I'm gonna come in, grab my little and. I will burnish this front and back. I will peel that up. And then I am going to just quickly reference the design because I don't remember where the and sign's supposed to go. Does this look a little crooked to you guys? Because I feel like in person it looks a little crooked, but then I feel like it doesn't. Right under the R here and kind of just up against that G. Perfect. And I'll just burnish that with my fingers, no problem. Then I will come in and grab the hustle. Burnish that front and back. Pulling carrier sheet away from the transfer tape. And then we will lay this down. That looks just about good to me. And there we go. That's how it came out. I think it came out really, really cute. Really appreciate you guys watching and tuning in and seeing what's on my craft table. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.